Convicted felon. That's what we're going to hear now on the news. Every time we turn on the news, convicted felon. He's a convicted felon. Convicted felon. Can you vote for a convicted felon? You're going to vote for a convicted felon. The president could be a convicted felon. Trump's a convicted felon. Oh my goodness. It's already driving me nuts. Okay, so here's your little newspapers. I got these today. Right, I've got my collection of travesties that happen in the news, right? And, maybe they'll be worth something someday. Maybe they won't. Who knows? But I got a whole collection of those. Whenever something like crazy happens in the news, I try to get a paper, get a collection. Well, why am I talking about this? Because I am an ex-felon myself, right? So I've been living with this for quite a while now. And, it's this stigma that we have in society. And there's so much that I want to say about this. I'm not going to go either way for Trump. I don't care. Let me tell you, if you're watching this, let me tell you what. I am a Christian. I have given my whole hope and everything else to God and the Bible. I don't vote. I don't care about politics. I completely renounce politics. And I just don't care, right? And sorry, but I don't identify with any one country or nation. Right? I identify with God and the Bible. And that's just what I believe, right? No offense to you. That's just what I believe. And, but convicted felon is what I am. And that's something that I've dealt with for some time. And you get a stigma, of course, that comes with that. And now we're going to have to hear that term over and over and over again. It's going to be, especially for somebody like me, it's like, bro, stop. Like the Democrat liberals are already, and believe me, they're already ridiculous with this cancel culture, with the male to female gender stuff that they're doing. That's crazy. Now they're going to be harping on convicted felon. It's like, okay, he's a convicted felon. There's a lot of convicted felons in America. America has the top prisoner population in the world. Per capita, America has more prisoners than any other country in the world. I mean, pretty much, if you're an adult male in America, chances are you're probably a convicted felon already. And if you're not, you probably will be at some point. That's just the country that we live in. So please, I mean, they're the virtue signaling, he's a convicted felon and we're not, right? I am so over it, man. I am done with just the way that the media is. And, I'm coming for all of them, man. I think they're all a joke, right? I don't support I'm going to get hate on both sides because I don't support the liberals and I don't support the conservatives anyway. The conservatives, you're nuts. Right? You're conspiracy theorist. You think that the Democrats drink blood, right? You think everybody's having a seance and they're taking advantage of children. You're nuts. Right? You're nuts. You're a freaking nutcase conspiracy theorist. Moron. Right? So you're not safe either. I don't like any of them. And, so I don't care that Trump is a convicted felon. I don't really care one way or another. I mean, if the courts put their sights on you, yeah, you're going to become a convicted felon. There's nothing you can do. I mean, you get into the system, you may as well forget about it. Here's the thing that I think is unfair. They're going to give this guy 34 felonies? Yeah, 34 felonies. Can you imagine? And he's not going to go to prison? How do you get 34 felonies and not go to prison? I got 2 felonies and I was in there. Right? There's people who get 1 felony and go to prison for life. How do you get 34 felonies and not go to prison? Isn't that stupid? I'm sorry. But our justice system here in the United States is so corrupt. It's insane. How do you put somebody in jail for 2 felonies and then you give this guy over here 34 felonies? Oh, but he doesn't have to go to jail. It's just so. See, that's why I like sports. I love sports because in sports, pretty much there's rules. And everybody has to play by the same rules. Isn't that a beautiful thing? If you hit a foul ball, it's a foul ball no matter who you are. Everybody has to play by the same rules. But we don't have that here in the world, right? No. Nobody plays by the same rules. This guy could get 34 felonies and not do any time. Is that right? I mean, I'm sorry, is that right? I mean, that's crazy to me. So that's stupid. What else do I think about this? I think it's funny that this guy's going to be able to run for president and possibly get elected. I mean, who knows? I didn't think he was going to get elected the first time, right? I thought that pretty much people would see through him, but nope, they don't. They don't care. I mean, it's for whatever reason, they don't care. And he did do some good things. I ain't saying that he didn't do any good things. He did the COVID vaccine, right, which probably saved countless lives. And then they hate him. They hate the vaccine, right? The conservatives hate the vaccine, so he can't even talk about one of his best accomplishments. And then what else did he do? He got the Supreme Court justices, some conservative Supreme Court justices, so some things worked out the right way, in my opinion. And so he did some good things. I'm not knocking that. But, bro, how can you run for president but you can't work at McDonald's? Like, can we see the stupidity here? I mean, we have to have, like, something has to change with the way that this justice system is in the United States. I mean, something has to change. You can't work at McDonald's, but you can run for president. You can be president, but you can't be trusted to flip somebody's freaking burger. Hello? I mean, is that stupid? That's crazy to me. That's completely crazy. So, I mean, I've experienced that firsthand. You know, I can hardly do anything, right? I do all kinds of stuff that is unique, right? I do stuff that is not the normal path that people go. Why? Well, in a sense, because I have to. I can't get a normal job, right? As a felon, I can't get a normal job. And, you know, I'm not a victim, okay? I deserved what I got, right? I deserved it, right? If you commit a crime, you gotta face the music, right? If you get caught, you gotta face the music. I'm not a victim. I'm just telling you this is what it is, right? I have a blessed life now, right? You're not gonna hear me complain. You're not gonna hear me be a victim. So anybody who wants to say that, you don't know me. You obviously don't know me. Right? But that is what it is. You can't get a normal job, but this guy can run for president. No problem. Right? So you're going to have the media, virtue signaling, which makes me sick. Right? He's a convicted felon. Oh, God, I hardly could watch the news before. Now I definitely can't watch it. With these smug, virtue signaling, fake, phony people in the news media. Ugh. I'm definitely not going to be able to watch it. And so that's stupid. The guy got 34 felonies. He ain't going to do any time. How is that fair? Right? It just shows you how unfair our system is. And then the other thing, he can't get a job at McDonald's, but he could be president of the United States, the most powerful position in the world from a world perspective. Is that right? I mean, those are just some of my initial thoughts, right? You can go ahead and roast me in the comments. I know the comments will all get fired up if this video gets any traction. That's fine. All right, but these are my thoughts on it as a convicted felon myself, right? Look, am I surprised he's a convicted felon? No. Am I surprised he got felonies? No. It can happen to anybody. You are committing a felony right now, probably. It's just that you're too unimportant for anybody to care. Right? Nobody cares. If they decided to care and come after you, I guarantee you they would find some felony that you committed. They could put you in jail. They could give you a permanent record. All of that could happen to you who's watching this video right now. I'm telling you, they could find something if they wanted to. Largest per capita prison population in the world. We have for-profit prisons. Prison is a profit-making opportunity where they get slave labor, right, to do menial jobs, fight fires, right, go to work camps, right? I mean, they quote-unquote, they pay you, a couple of cents a day. So it is a big, booming industry, right? And if you're a male, if you're in the United States, if you're above a certain age, you probably have gotten in trouble with the law at some point in your life. And if you haven't yet, you probably will. And so don't be so quick to judge people who get convicted felon, because convicted felon just means that they decided to come after you. Because if they come after you, baby, you're going to be convicted too. That's the world that we live in. And that's what it is. So here's a little truth bomb for you. Maybe a little too much truth for some people, but there it is. That's what it is. Am I giving the answer? Sure. I give the answer. Repent. Turn to God. Get a holy Bible, right? Go, that's the answer. Because that supersedes everything. That's my answer, right? Maybe you don't like that answer, but it's been proven throughout history, time and time again, there is truth in the world that goes beyond the United States, that goes beyond any government, that goes beyond anything. And that's the truth that we have to tap into, right? If you want a prescription and if you want an answer, there it is, right? If that's not what you want, then fine. But either way, that's what's going on with this. So there's my little weigh-in. Not too long of a video, but that's pretty much what I have to say about it. I know everybody's got an opinion on it, but hey, there's mine. It just, it's a clown world, man. This is all, it's gotten so crazy and out of control. I mean, and I'm from the 80s, right? I grew up in the 80s, right? So, it was already going that way, but now, forget about it, man. I mean, what can you even say? So, there you go. You can't drop my French fries, but you can be president. You got 34 felonies, but you're not going to do any time. God, I wish I was you, brother. Like, I wish I could get 34 felonies and not have to do any time. I wish that so much. But I'm nobody special, right? So if I get 34 felonies, you're not going to see me anymore. I'm going to be gone. All right, we'll see you guys on the next one.